Hey, I'm Jordy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about all of the accessories and tools I'm bringing on my trip with me. So if you're a rider and you're going on a trip, then this might be helpful to you to see all of the things that I've researched, and I've gotten a lot of help from other riders, read forums, talked to people. These are things that I've been tipped off to bring, and so if you're contemplating a trip, maybe this will be helpful to you as well to see some of the things I'm bringing and see if you think you might need them on your trip. If you're not a rider, then maybe you just find this interesting to see like what's all the stuff that I need to bring along with me, because it's significant and it takes up a lot of space. So it really requires careful planning because every little thing has to have a place to go. So that's a challenge. That's a real challenge. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around now and start just going through all of the bits and pieces and details of everything I'm taking with me on the trip. Let's do it. Okay, tools and accessories, accessories and tools. Let's talk about all of the things I'm bringing with me to do routine maintenance with, or to troubleshoot and keep me on the road. So going Florida to Argentina, there's a lot of things you need to bring with you. I need to bring with me in order to, like I said, do routine maintenance or to troubleshoot if need be. So let's jump right in. Let's start with a pump. If I have to change a tire, I have tubes, I'll show you that, but I have a pump to reinflate it. This is the pump I've gone with. This is the box, the Moto Presser Pocket Pump. It's the smallest pump I could really find on the market. I've used it already. It works really well. It's tiny, so I like that. That's my pump. Next up is a lithium battery charger. I have an anti-gravity lithium battery. I chose that because it's smaller, lighter than the stock Suzuki battery, and I'm not sure if it has more power. I think it might, but I'm not positive on that. And another reason I liked it is that it won't discharge all the way. It saves like 10%. So you would need to remove your seat and get at the battery, and then there's a button you can press on the top of it that saves its last 10% so that you'll still be able to start and go get yourself somewhere and get yourself charged. So that's why I might not bring this guy, because I always have that safety 10%, but it is nice to have a charger. But you know, if you're a rider, you know this, that when you're traveling long distance and stuff, every space and every place is a premium, and this is not insubstantial. I mean, this takes up my entire hand, and so I don't know if I have room for this. I got to think about it. It's not very heavy, so that's cool. This is made by TechMate. It's called the Optimate. It's a lithium battery charger, and so I am deciding whether I'll bring that or not. Don't know yet. If you watched my Moscow Moto hood tank bag video on the Moscow Moto hood tank bag, I talked a little bit about the Givi USB port that I have going in there. You can see this power cord going in there that's going into my Givi 3-port USB port that's in there. This is the product made by Givi. So very cool. That's that. You may be wondering why I have these empty like travel bottles here. I'm going to fill one of them up with Windex. I've not done this myself, but I've heard that Windex can be really helpful in like lubricating a tire, to get a tire off of the rim and to get it back on. So, and then also to clean my windshield of my Yankro fairing. I've made a video on my Yankro fairing. If you want to learn more about that, you could check that out. But anyway, so I'll be filling one of these up with Windex and putting that somewhere. I don't really know where yet, but that's what that's for. Why do I have a roll of string here? I read about this. Thank you to all the people, don't have any names on hand, that have given good advice out there in forum world. But what I'm going to do with this string is attach, you can get at the hardware store really cheap plastic washers, and I'm going to put a cheap plastic washer about like that big at two ends of string, and I'm going to measure the string to be the width of my motorcycle with the luggage on it. So I'll measure the width of the motorcycle with my luggage, and then cut a string to that length with the two washers on the end, just to kind of keep it nice, and then keep that in my hood tank bag. And so if I get somewhere and I need to squeeze through a certain doorway or anything like that, I can just pull out this string and see and know if I can squeeze through a doorway or something. So that's what that's for, and I think I read about that somewhere, and I think that's really cool to have and can make it nice to know if you can squeeze through a doorway. This product right here is made by Green Chili Adventure Gear, and it's a toe strap, and I don't really have room for this right now. It's not in my baggage right now, so I'm deciding on that, but that's something you could consider if you're going on your trip. Do you want to carry a toe strap? So I'm thinking about that. Next product we have here is Trimax disc lock, and this sucker is substantially heavy. So I think I am going to bring this. I will end up putting this into the hood tank bag. Easily will fit in there. It's just kind of heavy, but whatever. It's a nice safety security feature. Will lock onto my front disc rotor there, so that's cool. I think I'll bring it. I'm not positive. The only downside of it is I could forget that it's on there. I don't think I would, but there's that. Or if someone tries to steal your bike and then, or move your bike or something and they damage your rotor with it on there, I'm not sure. I don't know. I think I'll probably use it though. I have a Camelback backpack. I haven't even used this yet, but I'm excited to own it. It has, obviously, the purpose of this is to ride with it on and be able to stay hydrated. It has the water tube coming out. I forget how much water it holds offhand exactly, but that's why I will have that. Within my backpack, I will also be carrying a first aid kit. So this is just a inexpensive first aid kit off of Amazon for probably like $15. And I'll have that in the backpack so that if I fall or something, it'll be on my person and I could hopefully get at it. But it's got just basic supplies in there, so it's just your kind of everyday run-of-the-mill first aid kit. Okay, I'll be back in just a second and we'll look through some of my baggage and luggage, and I've got some other stuff in there to talk about. All right, continuing on with my tools and accessories for this trip. Here in my Lone Rider gear, I have a separate video on my Lone Rider luggage, so I'm really happy with my Lone Rider gear. This is the pump. Stows away in its own case. You can see how small this sucker is. Tiny. Fits in the palm of my hand, basically. And that is my air pump. Pretty awesome. That's really cool. So that goes in there. And then in here, I'm not going to pull it out. I have two heavy-duty tubes, a front and a rear tire tube. And then I also have over here, I don't know that you could see it, but I bought a mat. Yeah, now you can see it. 2 tubes and a tire changing mat that you could put down on the ground to have a nice clean space to change your tire with. I've got a doggy out here now too. Okay. On the other side of my Lone Rider gear, this is another bag that's attached on. I'm not going to open this one up. This has a Dowco ultralight adventure cover on it. So it's a cover for my whole bike made by Dowco. I'll try to put a picture up of it or something. Ultralight, and it will cover my whole bike. I've put it on the bike. I don't plan on using it a lot, but if I have to park the bike on the street or something, I will probably take all my luggage off and cover it with the Dowco. I bought a different cover originally, one that was more heavy duty, I guess, and waterproof. The Dowco, I think, is weatherproof, waterproof. I don't know if it will remain totally waterproof, but I bought another cover. I don't remember who made it originally, and it was supposed to be really heavy duty, waterproof, and it was a great product. I honestly don't remember who made it, but it was really big, really bulky, really heavy. I don't know that it would have even fit in this bag, and if it did, it weighed a lot. So I returned that. I decided not to go with that. It was just too big and bulky and heavy. Also then on the other side of my Lone Rider gear over here, let's take a look what we got over here. In this bag, it's kind of convenient right here. I've got some more tools and things. I got a roll of silicone tape, and I've got a roll of Gorilla mounting tape. This stuff is strong, just kind of troubleshooting. Who knows what you could need it for, but I think it's good to have. I've got a package of JB Weld, their heaviest duty epoxy, steel reinforced epoxy. I could envision having to use this somehow on the subframe on my luggage, and I don't even know if that would work. I have straps as well that I could employ if something happens with my luggage, to try to strap something down, but that's what the JB Weld is for. Also in here, what else do we have? These are, I think they're made by Moose Racing, and these are fork seals, replacement fork seals for my front suspension. So that's why I got those. If you watched my Cogent Dynamics Yeah, they're made by Moose Racing, the fork seals. I can see Moose Racing right there. That's the instruction sheet for them. What also is in here, though, is if you watched my Cogent Dynamics video on the Mojave Pro shock, Todd at Cogent recommended that I buy his Round the World rear shock repair kit. So that's what is all in here. There's a bunch of just sort of seals and some little bits and pieces repair kit that fits in this little package. This fits right in the palm of my hand. So that was from Cogent. I think it cost about $50. That's their shock repair kit. That's in this bag. I have a chain cleaning brush to clean my chain with, the grunge brush. Got to be able to clean your chain. Okay. I have then chain lubricant, chain paste, Motul chain paste. And finally, this is what I may not bring. This is in there right now. I have degreaser, cleaner, degreaser for chains, gears, and stuff. I think I might replace this with this, the charger. I don't know. You can comment below if you have thoughts on what you think I should have done. I will have probably left by the time this video is airing. So, okay, so those are a bunch of my accessories and cleaning supplies and bits and bobs. And we have one other thing. On the back here is my tool tube, which is locking. This tool tube came from ProCycle. Pretty cool. Locking. I've unlocked it. This just comes right off now. And this is where my tools are. So let me pull these out. Okay, I'm going to stop the video and get these out. And here is the extent of the tools I'm bringing with me. Some of them actually came with the motorcycle itself stock from Suzuki. These did here. Pliers, wrenches, this did as well. They're interchangeable screwdriver. I had a whole bigger screwdriver with more heads and stuff, but it just took up too much space and didn't fit in the tube, so that had to go, and I'm just going with this stock Suzuki interchangeable one. I bought myself a nice socket, wrench, and here's the extender that goes with it, right here. And then these are all of the sockets I'm bringing. I bought a 24 for my rear axle. There's a 19 in here. There's all the ones I might need, like that match up with this, like a 10, a 12, a 14. So all of the sockets that I might need are in there. That's cool. And I have tire irons. So again, these are a 24 and a 19. Those fit my front and rear axles. I have the sockets, but I have those, and then these are the tire irons for getting the tire off of the rim. Some spark plug changers and stuff like that too. And then this was the original sleeve that came with the Suzuki tool set. I bought this big, nicer, and Lone Rider, my Lone Rider gear even came with like a tool, rollout tool thing that's nice to have, to really organizes all of your things, and they all have a nice slot to slot each tool into and protect it and keep it organized. But by the time I rolled it up, it just didn't fit into the tube. It takes up too much space. So those are all of my tools. Sockets. Pump is definitely going. All of this, the chain brush is definitely going. Tape, the Round the World repair kit, the fork seals are going. I think the motorcycle disc lock will be going. The first aid kit will definitely be going. Charger, debating about. It's between the charger and the degreaser. Charger, degreaser. I think I could probably find cleaners, or maybe I don't even need a cleaner. That's Lizzie. Maybe I don't even need a cleaner, so that's the debate there. But I think that's it for accessories. As I said, I made a separate video on the Moscow Moto hood tank bag, and there's a couple things in here just accessory wise, like this has my cell phone in it right here. That's pretty cool. Check out the Moscow Moto hood tank bag video. I did a quick thing on that. I mean, if this is an accessory, that's kind of cool. Quad lock mount with dampener for cell phone. That's kind of nice to have. Other just accessory wise, I have a, this is a fuel filter that I can put in the gas tank to further filter fuel that might be dirty. This is a K&N air filter cover that I think I might put on my K&N air filter. I have also in here a brake holder, so this can clamp onto your brake lever and your handlebars to keep the brake compressed for you. And that's about it. Some glasses cleaner, lens cloth in there. That's about it in the hood tank bag. That was all of the stuff in there. Tubes in the back. This guy takes up a lot of room, the Dowco cover, but I think I've got to have it. Park on the street, I want to have that. You know, I've read a lot about the bike cover kind of being the cloak of invisibility, extra layer of protection. If people can't see your bike, if it's just covered, then it's less likely to get messed around with. So that sounds reasonable and smart to me. Maybe even protect it a little bit from the elements, but that is my reasoning for having that Dowco ultralight cover. And I think that's it for all of my accessories. Nothing else I can really think of. If you have any questions, comments, advice, put it below. Try to get back to you. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Happy travels to you if you're a rider. Thanks for checking out if you're not a rider. See you in the next video. Adios.